Hi, how are you? Free? Um, well, yeah, I just hopped on there to kill the evening. What are you all at? Hi, Debbie, how are you? Hi, Jill. I'm on YouTube, Jill, and I'm on Facebook as well. Hi, Sal. Hi, Ashton. Doing well. Hi, Julie. Hi, Laura. Hi, Louise. I'm doing good, Louise. I took a bit of a break there. That infection in my gum, it really knocked me for six. Hi, Louise Griffiths. Lisa. Babs. Michaela. Don. Scott. Oh, what pages am I live on? Hold on. I was only. No, don't be on Mad Patty's Revenge. Come over to Two Mad Patties. The only reason I'm broadcasting to the other page is to save someone from actually having to copy it across. Um, so don't be watching it in Mad Patty's Revenge. If you watch it here, Two Mad Patties. Hi, Louise. Hi, Dawn. How are you, Pat? Hi, Julie. Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Rob. Laura, yeah, doing well. I don't know if I said hello to Michaela. Helen, hi. Hi, Hayden. Yeah, I just hopped on for a bit of a chat there. See what these are all out. Sunday night, 77 people. Intimidating. Um, 84, fuck. Hi, George, how are you? Yeah, Mandy, I'm a lot better. As I said, that infection knocked me for six, but I'm back on my feet. The first thing I wanted to address was they're putting out bits of a group chat. They think it's new news. Everybody's seen it before because it was out in William Hassel's page. There's a difference between writing stuff and doing it. You're not guilty until you actually do something. So, you're barking up the wrong tree trying to darken my name. I hate the man, and yes, I do have a dark sense of humor. So, bite me. Yeah, I'm okay, Daniel. I'm not too worried. I've seen that other page, Salford Love Shinny. That was an absolute disgrace. The stuff they put out there, they actually do minimalize pedophiles with their behavior. They make it sound like it's just a playground word that you chuck about. They are twisting the chat, Danielle. You were in it, and they can do all they want. Like, I'm not explaining myself. I haven't addressed the issue yet. Lorraine, I think you are Yawanga. Yeah, I do believe you've been accused of being Yawanga before. Yeah, Laura, Lulu, we'll get that sorted. The words being had, but you can't have it both ways. I've left them alone, and I haven't been live, and well, they're crying about me again. Boo hoo. Yeah, but anyhow, hi Yawanga. Hi Sarah. I was just I was saying earlier there's people from Salford are looking Salford online to come back again. I knew it was just a matter of time before some people stood up and said that they wanted it. So I just shared their page. I've nothing to do with that page looking them back. I was just asked to share it. Just people want to get the word out there to them guys that don't want them back. He does. He hasn't shut up about me all week. Um, I took a break last week. I was just looking to rest my head a bit. It's just when you're hearing so many bad stories, it's a lot to take in. It really is. Like for one person, there's been a lot of destruction, and it's still going on. It's still going on. Rogers, like banging your head against the wall. You know that's not going to happen. It's all online rubbish. Yeah, I know. People are really desensitized by what they're putting out there because it's all been seen before. It's all been seen before, and it's all been discussed. And they're starting to make up allegations that there's chats of me with a 12-year-old. That is fucking disgusting to even say that. Yeah, podcasts not happening. Wow. Wonder what happened there. Wonder what happened there. Maybe his whole run up with, like, he didn't say my name, but he was goading me all week there. He has just never had my name out of his mouth, though. People of degrees, trolls of degrees coming out their asses. Every time he talks about trolls, he comes back to say something about me. It's wordplay, the way he juggles words, but he doesn't understand that the masses see through him now. They really do. Anybody that's hanging on to that there should give themselves a wee shake. He didn't call. There's been no messages, no calls on my messenger. There's not even been a word. Hi, Karen. Not even been a word. Not one. I was expecting it, but I probably would have said, "Look, stop what you're doing." It's like he said he had stopped taking money subscriptions, and I give it 6 days, and I think I won the lottery in that one. Hi, George. How are you? You there, George? Oh, I couldn't hear you there.
Kirk.
Not a lot, lad. I'm just lying here with the kitty in my arm. She's lying sleeping. I just hopped on here for a chat with everyone just to see what's in everyone's minds. So you know yourself, I like to address things.
Mhm. How's
Because
the two cats there with you?
I was going to say there's about this big trap harping on. He can harp all he wants there. Jim, he can harp on all he wants.
Evening, Glenn. Uh, what is this crack right now? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what he's at?
I don't know. He's up and down like a yo-yo. It's not a fucking couple of hundred millisircle wouldn't put proper. Like
About fucking 500 mil of fucking quetiapine.
that is circle is happening.
Uh,
This is saying nothing about a quetiapine wouldn't cure. He really does need to give his head a wee wobble, maybe a big one. He's regards to hitting the same shit over and over and over again for this past 8 months, and I am absolutely depressed listening to him.
it's got very repetitive. Yeah, I think Maxine has put her foot down too. She's bound to have had.
I
Imagine the
she
fucking. Imagine the negative energy coming off that guy whenever he goes into the house. Imagine he'd be like electricity, just positive, just negative, just a real negative feeling off him. Oh, he is,
I don't know what to make of him at the moment. He's up and down like a yo-yo. Honestly, I think he does have severe mental problems, but that there's just
What do
my
you call
opinion.
it? I think is he a paranoid schizophrenic?
I don't know. he's a fantasist. Like he really is a fantasist. He fantasizes about things in his head, and I think because he's fantasized about them, he is saying that he done them.
Yeah.
Like he's not a very good liar. The amount of stuff that man's been caught out on is unreal. And people ask me like, "Oh, why don't you just leave it? Why don't you just leave it?" I haven't said a word about that guy all week, and he hasn't had my name out. Well, he hasn't said my name, but he's went on about issues that me and him have had on and on and on and on and on and on. I don't know what to make of him. I'm not interested in shaking his hand. I offered him that there last week, and I told him that my partner, my wife had died, and he said, "Oh, you're a fucking liar." So like how you meant to break bread with a man like that there?
No, he's past that. See, Daka's fell out with him as well. His threat of the podcast didn't work, did it?
It's fucking laughable. It really is.
This is our first live in how, 7, 8 days.
Yeah, that's right.
We haven't even spoke about you, Shinny.
And he hasn't put my name out of his mouth all week. Does he think he's really upsetting me? Do them ones calling me a paedophile think that, oh, here, hold on a second, I'm really upset? I'm not. It would be a
What the
different matter if it was that we're really scared and at the hiding and saying, oh shit, what have they got? What have they got? But I'm
three
afraid not.
guesses?
They're
Three
blowing up.
guesses who was behind that page, Stuart.
Oh, I'm not even going to say their name. It's not worth me even. The
He just
oxygen, the oxygen
he's
that would be involved in that there could be going to someone that needs it.
the fucking he just sticks out a mile, doesn't he? He just might as well stick his name on it.
Fucking, they're
He's
deluded.
fucking
They really are. Salford loves Shinny. There's another group out there, George. Bring Salford online back. A couple of people in Salford made it earlier.
I seen that. I added and followed it or followed it or whatever happened.
Yeah, I must give it
Yeah.
a wee like myself. I was glad to see it. Like Salford really do need to stand up for themselves here and not be intimidated. As evil only prevails when good people sit back and do nothing. And that there's what we're doing something. When people are
Hello,
saying, "Oh,
Kirsty. How you doing? I have to say hello to Kirsty. Hey, George. Say you say hello to my email. Hello, Kirsty. Hey,
I almost,"
he's fucking. If that man come comes back again and start, you think he'd just go away and leave it?
he's embarrassing himself. Like he really is embarrassing at the moment.
You
He's
know,
like it's like watching a kitten trying to get out of a plastic bag in a river.
shall he take two
Not that
weeks or three
not that
weeks or a month? Go on.
not that
You know?
not that it's throwing kittens or anything. Just it's a comparison to what he's like. He's like struggling against a bag in the water, and he just doesn't know to go with the current. The current will take you somewhere better, maybe a happy life, a full time job, looking after your family instead of coming on Facebook looking fights with people. Unreal, unreal. Oh, bless him, but he does try so hard. He really does. He thinks he annoys me. And
There's Yawanga. That's Lorraine. He actually believes that we are talking to ourselves. He actually believes that we.
he does honestly think that we're all the one person. It's
Yeah,
fucking
he
hilarious.
does. He thinks there's only about five of us, and every one of us are a false profile talking to each other.
I don't know. He's deluded. Like there's 130 people watching here, and I guarantee you they are not all the same person. I can't find my remote controller. Is there? They're not the same person, but you know, it's just them 130 people are here. I guarantee you that 98, 99% of them are all here for the same reason. They can't stand what he's doing.
No,
Even somebody says give him a sing song. Um, I think Facebook doesn't like his singing, but they tend to mute him every time he goes to sing his own songs. So how's the part, George?
Good. Sleeping. It's good. Still a wee baby. It's still a wee bit nervous. I'm sort of trying to give it its own space at the minute, just sort of not annoy it.
Yeah, it'll take a wee while to get settled in.
I'd only worked out where its food was there and its water, so I'm letting it get used to its cage here at the minute. It's just sitting on a wee swing looking into the mirror.
This time next year, you'll have the cage open and it'll be flying around you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, them birds are very smart. Like, not take it too long getting the hang of this. And if it's been well handled since it was a chick, it'll be doing fine. It'll do all right. Like,
She had Flanders. She had Flanders. Brilliant. She had Flanders as Wonga. Everybody's trying to work out who Wonga is. Or Uwanga. Uwanga.
Wanga is small.
Uwanga.
Your wang is small.
Your wang is small. Your wang is small.
That's what it is.
I know it is. I know it is. Your wang is small.
Yeah, I think he's talking about little D there.
Your wang is small. Yeah.
Or she. All right, Yawanga, you could be a she, or maybe a he she, or a she he, or a he, or a she
Or an
she,
it. Or an M. Or an M. Or
or
an
a knit.
is.
Yeah, a
Or an
knit.
it. Or an ism. An
You could be
ism.
a knit, N-I-T. You're a knit. Yeah, knit. Yeah, a knit. Like, how's that meant to annoy someone? A knit.
Well, he's not afraid of 6'3" men anymore. Did you hear him saying yesterday? He'll go to any man's door. You knock the door and you look through the peephole and you won't be able to see him. You go back in and say, "Is that one of the children knocking at the door, running away again?"
Fucking knock door run.
Knock door, run. No, you go out and go fuck a shinny. Sorry.
You bent down and open the letterbox. There's his big Pinocchio nose hanging through the letterbox.
What is easy? 5'6".
I think he is 5'6".
Hmm.
But he'd go and meet you in his flip flops, you know. Fucking going to meet 6 foot. Like, imagine 10 big fucking Irishmen had been there. And him.
He'd have spun the fucking soles off the bottom of them on the way up the street. Roadrunner.
I don't know. He's getting embarrassing at the minute. He's been trying to get my attention all week, and I couldn't be bothered even watching him. He's a waste of energy. I watch him the odd time there. There's a reason I stopped broadcasting there, and I'll say what it is. The reason I stopped broadcasting all week there is because he went in and he got that woman on his live who was obviously grieving for what happened, and he was that made me very, very sad that he would do that there just to try and make himself look good in a certain community on Facebook. It really hurt me deeply. I was very upset over that there, and I said to myself, whenever he's in and around them people, I can't be involved in this sort of behaviour because I was afraid of someone getting hurt. So there's people out there that are suicidal over bullying, and if they went to that man for advice in the tribe, God fucking help them. I would hate to hear. No, you can't talk about that here. They're just it's a sham.
Maybe,
I could. I couldn't get involved out there. I was actually scared that if somebody did hurt themselves over it, it would reflect on us because I could see it going down that road because he has no morals, he has absolutely zero qualms about doing the wrong thing, and he was doing the wrong thing there, and he had every intention of pushing it to the limits. And I was afraid of one of them people getting hurt. It really, really scared me.
Did you see the comment on his live yesterday about what that guy put up? Andy, somebody he put up about Shinny, you still haven't done the video from a 15-year-old friend. Did you see that?
He,
Shinny
he won't
obviously had
ever.
promised to do some get well fucking video or something for that wee girl.
Did he ignore the comment?
Of course he ignored it, yeah. So it was in one of the groups there. Somebody posted it earlier on.
It turns my stomach to think that he would drag people who have been victims, proper victims, people that are hurting, and people that are more vulnerable than addicts or people with mental health. These people have been through the mill, and he thought it was okay to drag them into something that literally, if we had been really bad trolls, that could have been dangerous for them. But we're not. Luckily, we're good understanding people, and we're here for the right reasons. Not like him. It's scary.
You know, where's he going to pop his head up next? This is a fucking thing. You know, he's a fucking loose cannon. You know, he even admitted on his live yesterday that he was fucking mentally unhinged.
He said there was one thing that he said that really disturbed me and it shocked me a bit was he was talking about he wouldn't like he wouldn't like to be around he wouldn't like to be a child or woman around someone that's been wound up in the internet all day. Imagine what could happen. He just literally said yesterday that he was a danger to be around children and women because people had been winding them up all day on the internet. And he didn't think that that would raise alarm bells with people. It raised massive alarm bells with me. I was like, what in the name of sweet God?
Yeah,
Then he
James
said,
posted that thing I said there. That guy had put up. James had posted it earlier. Yeah, it was that same guy, Andy, something that had brought that girl on, or had something to do with it. Do you remember? And he put a
Andy,
post up.
Andy, if you do get watching this here, I sent you a DM. Check your pending messages. You know, I just
Shinny obviously promised that wee girl some sort of get well video or something, or because he said, "Where's the Shinny? Have you forgot about the video for the 15-year-old? My 15-year-old friend." I don't know. He's went lower than fucking low in my opinion. So he has. You know,
yeah,
all you are is Shinny is some insignificant fucking fool sitting shouting into a phone in Cyprus. You
it's
know,
not that
a,
it's
a
not even that
dangerous fool.
he's a dangerous fool is more like it. It's not that
Yeah.
he's insignificant. He's dangerous for the people that he's involved with and the way he's doing things. I've sat back for a week there and I had to juggle things in my head because I was hearing so much. The page gets an awful lot of traffic and the girls know that. And sometimes I'd take people to the side to my own account or people would message me. And I have been speaking to people, and some of the stuff weighed very, very heavily on me. Like it was soul crushing. He said that he manipulated 2,000 women into bed, and what I've heard is not manipulation. There's another word for it, and I'm not going to say it because I'm better than that there, but I would like to raise awareness too for people just to be careful around them, especially if you're female.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, he always has to emphasize yesterday after he spoke about beating up men. You know, he had to say and women that he has he has a hate for women. You know, he really does. He has to always get that dig in about women after he talks about beating up men. You know, it's you seen it for yourself whenever he took his glasses off in front of Kay. If she'd have been there, he'd have fucking nutted her.
already would, man, they would have had her. I say
Yeah,
that man. I say he actually has hit women before. I know that for a fact. But he's
yeah.
done other stuff too. He's went out there a wee bit far. And I was thinking there, see if there are any other females that have had a negative experience with this man. Look, feel free to make up a different account that's not your name and message the page because there is other people in the same boat that are looking to form a support network and talk to each other. And um, you don't have to reveal your identity. I would actually implore you not to reveal who you are, but you would be able to share your stories with other people in the same boat. And I'm only doing saying this for the people to get them another bit of peer support because I've seen the damage and heard the damage that it's done firsthand, and it's not good. But if there is any other women in the same position as the other ones, I'm sure you could well understand what I'm saying. I'd say message the page and we'll get you in touch with other people in the same boat. I had to get that subject off my chest there as I promised people that I would try and get more people to talk to them. I don't know. But anyway,
He was looking to talk to us yesterday. If you're about there, shouldn't he come and talk to us?
he's got my inbox, mate. He's only saying that for the public because he's trying to make himself look like he's
You
reaching
know,
an launch. I said that I would leave things alone last week, and I just watched him every day, on and on and on about me constantly, every day,
it
every
is,
fucking.
it's
He's
I
obsessed.
don't, you know, that a lot of people are saying, oh, that was a broken man yesterday sitting there. And that was not a broken man, so it
He
wasn't.
knows what he's at. That man plays on sympathy. He thrives on it.
The venom was sitting thick in his fucking face. He's a poison.
I know what you mean. He's dangerous in the position that he's in. He shouldn't be around people that have problems of their own. As he does, he creates problems wherever he goes. He's a master of destruction. There you
Do you know
go.
what? And it's become more apparent over the last couple of weeks. Whitney fucking George is as fucking bad as him, if not fucking worse.
Oh, she is
She's
worth the
she's
amount
but
of
she's behind 60% of this. She Whitney George. If you're listening to this, oh, she's as bad as him, if not worse, because it's her that's filling his head full of fucking nonsense. And another thing, if you've got proof that we have contacted Maxine, post it.
there's no proof that we contacted Max and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. I would never message Maxine. That's not I'm not here. Anything I do, I'm doing in public. I said that after that group chat got out of that, I find it very hard to trust people on here anymore. Like there's bits of chat there that people would say all the time to each other that are being twisted to make look like something that they're not, and they can do whatever they want. I don't really care. They're vile people. I don't think I don't think he's ever going to get the hint. It's just he's draining. He's like a 100-watt bulb on a 12-volt battery.
Yeah. Evening
Uh,
Day Day on YouTube. We're on YouTube, aren't we?
yeah, I put it on the other channel as well. Mad Patty's Revenge. You know, this was Lorraine was having to. Apparently, Mandy, did you not see down the page there where he turned round and said Bill and Ben the Flat Top Men, and then 2 minutes later he said to me, "Two Mad Patties, isn't that your account?" I was like, how can people not see through that? That's when I said, just take my name out of your mouth. It wasn't for listening to this crap.
And that's the last time you spoke to him.
I just have no interest in those bollocks.
But I had a laugh at that live. Like, I've said enough's enough, so stop. You know, you're doing this to yourself, man. Nobody's doing anything on you. All we've done is sat back and watch you fucking, you know?
Does do it to himself.
Yeah. You do it to yourself, you do. That's what we do.
He does.
Give a
He's done.
man enough rope, sit back and watch him hang himself.
He has, like, that's all we've done is give him enough rope. He's hanging himself. We're not doing anything to him. What he's doing is doing it to himself.
He's trailing stuff up from April. That it's
That's already been in the public eye. There's nothing new to show there. I've already accepted responsibility for all what I've said, but I didn't do it. There's a difference between saying something and doing something. If I had been a proper prat, I would have done it. Melanie, how's things?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Not been in all day. I'm just playing catch up as usual. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing anyway, both of you?
Hey, Melanie. We're good. I'm
Yeah,
good
we're
anyway.
just discussing his antics over the past week, or Melanie, but you know yourself what it's been like. He's an absolutely horrendous excuse for human being.
I totally agree. Just while we're here, everybody in the comments, I did it, so I'm just as guilty, but those 2 pages we're going around at the moment, don't answer to them, just keep reporting. Because
I've no interest, Melanie, in I've no interest in replying to them.
it's
Boring.
because I got dragged. Well, I didn't get dragged into it. I was told by a few girls that they were after my details because I defended the NHS, and they wanted to get in touch with my work and destroy my job essentially.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to them, I'd already been in. I mean, I'm on leave anyway, with my mum being in the hospital anyway. But that's neither here nor there. So obviously, I had to protect myself. I'm a single mum who works hard, and got to keep a roof over my kids' heads. So I had to protect my job. But what they don't know is my job in the NHS. I have to work alongside the police, and I've already made one complaint. I hadn't acted on it. I made the complaint, and I haven't took it further. So those 2 pages, I've taken everything off them today, and I will be following that up tomorrow. So I just don't want other people getting dragged in that are innocent that can't handle it. It don't bother me.
What pages are they, Melanie? They're the one that Shinny, the Salfords, are the ones that standing up for Shinny, them 2 pages.
Yeah.
We're on commenting, and then they're saying that they've got our IP addresses and all that nonsense. Them ones.
Look, at the end of the day, I mean, Lorraine Kelly being younger and anybody else and Johnny, and it's laughable. If they knew our IPs, they would have, at the end of the day, they can expose who they want. But they've got to realise that will come with consequences. And I've made it quite clearly known today. Shinny, I don't know if he knows about them 2 pages, and I'm not even going to get down that road. But all I will say is, it's like I've said in that post I put up today, I will be dragging his name in the mud because of them 2 pages. So, you know what? They're bringing trouble on. I'm more worried about the vulnerable people that he's picking on that can't, as both of you, we've had hundreds of messages on this group.
Yeah.
And it is scary that how many people have been afraid to say things and not be able to, say how they feel and they've been taken for a ride by this man.
That's why I get a lot of messages of people
I
thanking me.
know, and I've been trying to keep on top of him myself.
Yeah, the page never stops. It really
No,
doesn't.
People
no.
from Salford, especially, I was shocked that people from Salford started tuning in and watching and talking to us, and it was absolutely like more than welcome. They just get to see what's happening then, and they get to see the truth. Like
Sure.
I see from I put that meme out of his mother. That there's the only time I have actually attacked him, and it wasn't really attacking him; it was exposing a
No, I
lie.
mean, I did bollock you for it.
Stuart, can you take an address off a Facebook page?
No, you cannot get an IP address
I
off
know.
Facebook. They haven't obviously been paying attention. Shinny has. Go and ask Shinny what my education's in, dickheads. Honestly, you cannot get an IP address from Facebook.
No.
You'd have to connect to Facebook servers and look through their user database, and it would probably be in some rare part of the server that would have the user's details and where they were from. And even at that, having the person's IP address won't lead to their house; it'll lead you to their IP providers.
Router.
Yeah, he'll
It'll,
just come up.
it'll lead you to them. Mine will show up as Newton Ards mostly. I'll actually give you my IP address. You can do whatever you want with, but
It does. Mine comes
secondly,
up as Newton Ards as well.
Don't give him
sec-
any more ammo.
no, but secondly, whenever you do have someone's IP address, you'll need a server and a client to connect to. Now, you do not have any servers on any one of our devices, and we're not stupid enough to download and install any application that you would be able to develop that would act as a server. But anyhow, I doubt that you would severely have the abilities to create one that would surpass an antivirus of the day that everybody's got in their phones, and their operating systems detect viruses automatically.
Or you've got a
Windows,
VPN
Apple,
like me.
Android. Or you can have a VPN, and you'd have a very hard job connecting to something that doesn't have a port at the other end to connect to. If the ports are all shut and there's no servers there, then your client that you have sniffing around for ports, yeah, you could find out ports that are open, but what do you want to connect to? What are you nodes on that device that it's connectable to? All zero-day exploits have been closed, and I doubt that any one of you Muppets are expert in any sort of IT field that you would know how to develop a program. I could give you lessons if you want, but I'd have to charge $8.99.
Well, you've lost me.
Okay. A good
You
little
get,
business owner there.
Jeez.
How to keep
you
safe.
get
They don't even know how to make an alt.
but here, if you pay that $8.99, what you do get, you get to see me moan about Shinny every single time I go live. Honestly, it's well worth the money. If you want to hear a grown man cry like a baby, give me $8.99 value. $9.49. Sorry,
Bargain.
value for money. Value.
Oh dear.
All right, Glenn, how's it going, man?
How you doing, mate? You're all right. I was just
Not too
listening
bad.
to that. Then I'm lost, absolutely lost. I ain't even going to try and understand anything you just said.
In other words, there's a snowball's chance in hell of fucking getting an IP address and somebody's address off Facebook.
Oh, mate, I'm on PayPal now. I'm sending him the $8.99. I'm in.
He's just
Well, here,
using scare tactics, and that's what annoys me with not people like me that can handle themselves, but people that can't. That are
Yeah, that does
are
scare
vulnerable.
people. It does.
I
Yeah.
think he's realised that he's not as intimidating as he'd like to think with his fucking flip flop.
To be
You know,
honest, though, this isn't him, and this is where we've got to, they are bringing his name into association here. The people that have made those groups have got nothing to. I'm not saying they've got nothing to do with Shinny. They clearly have. They've got an agenda, but they're using his name, and he knows who they are. And if him and his partner, because I'm not naming it, can't pull them into chat, then So at the end of the day, this is what people have got to realise now. If he's gone, you leave him be. You just get every screenshot, go to all the groups that we've got that are still collating evidence about his scamming. You don't have to be vocal. You do not. And I don't think there is, but I don't want nobody messaging Maxine or his
No,
family.
definitely not.
You know, that's a definite no-no. And we
Well,
just leave them to it. You
but
know,
we can't tell people what to do. But anyone that is with us on our side would not do that there
no,
because they know the detrimental effect it'll have on us getting our point across. So
exactly.
I don't think that anybody's going to do that there because they know the impact it would have on all the hard work people have done to try and get people aware of what's going on Facebook.
All he
That's the
has to do is
same.
put the proof out there, and then we can deal with the person who's done it.
Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't be happy with somebody
No,
contacting a
me
pregnant
either.
woman.
No,
I
no.
wouldn't be. I wouldn't be interested. I wouldn't
I
be.
personally think, and this is only opinion, I personally think it's closer. The problems that he's got are closer to home than any
You,
Facebook
you
issue
know,
myself personally.
you're right, Mel. Joe, the stuff he said about that wee lad's father and stuff, he doesn't even. I think he forgets he's even said that stuff. And that other guy, Ben Lavelle, the amount of abuse
Don't
he's
bring.
give
Don't
him.
bring. Don't bring his name into it. He doesn't want nothing to do with it. I swear.
Well, I
No,
know that.
but
I'm not going
you
to
can
talk about
talk
him, but
about
I'm
the
just
person. We
saying his
don't have
name.
to name him. Yeah, I
No,
totally agree.
he asked not to be named. But
That's all right. We won't name him, but
it's,
I'm
it's
just saying
dragging that.
the
It's
people he's
dragging
attacked.
that.
It's not just us. And then he come out yesterday and attacked the fellowship. So that's AA, CA, NA. That's all them. He
But
he told to go fuck themselves.
that's clearly where I think the issue started with him. Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, he didn't look good yesterday, regardless
No.
of what we all think or say. And I don't want anybody to get to that point where not if he relapses, but if he, decides life's not worth living, I don't want anybody to push him to that point. But I think the problem yesterday was obviously people from the fellowship have obviously,
Yeah.
voiced their opinion on him. And I'm sorry, but it is only an opinion, and he obviously didn't like it. But that's nothing to do with us. We aren't a recovery page. We don't advocate anything. All we do is we find people or point people in the direction of where to get help and to make them feel friendly. And Glenn's perfect example of that. That we're not this vile trolling group that goes around hating people. We're actually helping people.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But I agree. Somebody else has definitely rattled him. It ain't all about just us.
Yeah.
Somebody else has rattled him because he was going on about too much about like the fellowship and all this and that. Something else has got to him at the moment.
Yeah.
We've sat back and done nothing for well over a week. We haven't been poking at him. We haven't.
No, but have you noticed something though? He was only going, and I mentioned it on another live last night. He's only been going all week. I didn't see the numbers personally, and if I am wrong, because I haven't been in the house a lot, so it has just been a case of the hospital corridor, just checking the numbers coming out or checking a message coming out. And he didn't go above 100 views all week.
No, he didn't.
No. So that tells you in itself. He likes to create. I'm not saying he likes to create drama because obviously the drama he's got at the moment. I believe, my opinion only, he's brought it on himself. But you clearly heard him say last night, I want 500 people. It's like me saying, no, come on, everybody, share this live now. I want you to share to at least 5 groups, and I'll let Stuart questions on anything you want. Come on, people, share.
He didn't even say anything different, though, did he? Even when he got 500 people, it was exactly the same stuff as what everyone had already listened to. There was nothing different. He just repeated it and tried to kind of go into a little bit maybe depth, maybe. But even then, I thought, what did he say? He didn't really say anything different.
No,
exactly.
it's embarrassing.
That was my point. That was my point. I mean, you've got to look. I try to tend to look on the outside in of any situation, right? So I've tried to put myself on. Well, I don't want to be in his shoes, but he did have an income, and we all know we didn't like it, and we pointed out the wrongdoings. Even to where we pointed out in the last 2 weeks as been 2 people in his group. One's convicted paedophile, and
Yeah.
one, let's just say, I'm not going to mention no names, but let's just say liking pages that I shouldn't think about, but that's me,
Yeah.
right? And it's that information that's not being taken on board. That's the information that, you know, people that in his groups should be vulnerable of. I had a young lady yesterday message me absolutely in tears, and she's lost her child, and she only contacted me because she heard me talk about the son I've lost.
Yeah.
And she paid her £8.99, wanted help. Whitney, well, I was very polite to her. She showed me the inboxes, you know, and she said, I've got to do a bit of checking up. And she said, yeah, no problem. And because she'd liked a couple of pages, I don't know which 2 pages there were, so I don't know. It was like, sorry, love, you're not coming in. Bang goes the door. So thank you, Whitney. You've had me 10 quid. I'm sitting here broken hearted. Got nowhere to turn. I've got no family. And I'm still no further, you know. And, you know, I put her in touch with a couple of bereavement groups that help me. So I help the lady out myself. And it's some people that they're upsetting me. It's, you know, the people that, you know, and yes, it's a minority of them. But, you know, they've got nowhere to go.
No.
And it's wrong. And it's that sort of, you can't work on a 12 steps program, have all your socks promoting his 12 step program and then saying, I'm done with the fellowship. I mean, it's all right, you know. If you're an addict, don't worry about it. But, you know, I don't care about the 12 steps. I still believe in my spiritual life. Like I said, he's close to breaking points, and I just think, see what he does now. Just sit back again, let him get on with what he's doing. Deggy's been smacked in the face and had it cancelled, and is now demanding £50 deposits next time if anybody goes live. So, you know, I mean, give me a break.
Oh, fuck, £50 deposit.
Anybody who in the right mind's going to say, oh, yeah, I've got him, you know, I want to talk about, you know,
50 quid.
Know. Yeah, you know.
I still reckon that was one of the ones he was funding, to be honest. I reckon that's, again, something else to do with it, because he said he was funding some podcasts and this, that, and the other. I still reckon
I did read in the comments earlier that somebody said his partner was funding it. So, again, that will go in the theory. And let's face it, look, at the end of the day, that woman's off 2 weeks off having a baby. I mean, she personally don't need this shit whatsoever, regardless that I personally believe he's brought it all on himself. He should take himself away off Facebook now and make his family his priority. But time will tell. You know, that's all we can do now. You know.
If you go back and look at his live from yesterday, if you notice, there was somebody come out through the door twice, and you could see him looking, and then he stopped what he was saying. I don't think that Maxine knows the half of what he's talking about. Only
Maybe
what he's telling her.
Maybe
the only thing I will say about his partner is she doesn't look like the lady that suffers fools easily.
Yeah, I don't think you don't get to the place where she is, Melanie.
No, I was just going to say, she's a very successful businesswoman in her own right, and yes, unfortunately, her business is hitting a few snags at the moment, and that's probably not helping her tension and, you know, being in a hot country on its own. I mean, I think
what he needs to do at the minute is step back from Facebook, put that woman first, and think about how he can help her and her business flourish instead of sitting on social media having fights with people. It's absolutely ludicrous. He needs to pull his neck in. As I said, I've been quiet all week there. I've just up on comments and put them on Facebook, but I never get really involved in much. It's got beyond the joke. He doesn't care. He really doesn't. He's in the position now where he's constantly hammering looking fights one minute and then next minute he's looking to break bread. I don't think he knows what he wants himself. I think all he
You're
wants.
echoing there, Glenn.
Hey,
I think there's
You're
an echo
echoing
up
there.
here. I don't know where it's coming from. Let me see.
It's bouncing
Can you-
off Glenn.
Right, let me try. Hello.
Oh, it's Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Would you jump out and jump back in again? You've got an echo, mate. It happens a lot in StreamYard. You just have to jump back out and in.
okay, mate. Yeah.
Hello, John. William Beeching. How are you?
John, how
Hello,
are you,
John.
buddy?
Johnny. Johnny's
How
been causing trouble today, has she?
Yeah, Johnny's always fighting. I want to get Glenn back in here. There we go. Right, hope that's all fixed.
Is that
There
better?
you go, mate. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Hello
loads
again,
better.
everyone.
Yeah, that's better.
It's better, yeah.
No, I just think that he needs. This is my opinion. He doesn't have to take my advice, but I've been fairly decent with the man all along, and his followers too. I've been fairly tolerant of what they're coming out with and what they're doing. You know, I'm gonna say now, see if Whitless years, uh, if you had it done what you're doing me now 10 years ago, you might have got a completely different outcome. You need to think about what you're doing because I could have been a violent crackers man that responded in a way that put a dangerous. But lucky I'm not a person like that there. But you could have. And the things that you're saying is absolutely disgraceful. You do not call people pedophiles. These people here, I've watched things, or I watched actually Louise CPA's Sting and Calvin there, and there are people out there, like that man had sexual images of a child performing an act, sexual act, on what she thinks was him on a screen, and that made me sick. And there is people like that out there, and for you to be using that word so menially and so trivially as if it's nothing, it's absolutely sickening. You're not hurting me, you're making a disgusting, sickening example out of yourself. It's not me that you're hurting, it's your own image, because everyone knows what you're like. No, I'm not pinning Kim, it's invitation only. If anybody wants on, they can message me. It's just a reason for it there, and just I'm taking the lives the invitation only. But anybody that knows me will know that you'll get the link. Is my sound
No,
still working?
we're okay. I don't know if you've lost sound, but we're still coming
Can
through, I
anybody else?
think, aren't we, everybody?
Can everybody else hear okay?
Yeah, I can hear Glenn's,
Kirsty
Glenn's
Martin,
echoing again.
Kirsty Martin on YouTube, you need to delete that because you'll get banned for that. Is anybody
I've
on
muted mine.
YouTube can delete that comment, please?
They're saying that, the comment, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, thank you. Just delete it because, you know, we'll just.
Oh, fuck, I pinned it.
We've only one admin, and we need to get more admins onto the YouTube channel.
The only way it would let me get
You're
rid of it
blocked
there
though.
It's
was
saying that we've paused and frozen.
yeah.
Wait, I'll restart. Right,
Okay,
2 seconds, guys.
okay.